Good afternoon, everybody. Big Mike back with you once again. And today I am bringing you my recap and review for Impact Wrestling's Under Siege. And boy, oh boy, this is going to be a fun thing to review. So let's get it started. So, first match pre-show, a little bit different than I thought it would be, as we have Heath and Rhino tagging up once again to take on Raj Singh and Shera. If you don't remember Shera, he did this little thing as a baby face for a while. I didn't like that. Anyway, very interesting big guy versus big guy, little guy tag team. Although Singh isn't that little. I'm gonna say that. Definitely some chemistry there, but not a lot to make me go, wow, this was a great tag team match. It also went a little quick for my liking. Overall, kind of thumbs right here. Heath and Rhino got the win after a gore by Rhino, which, it does seem like they're building up Heath and Rhino to go after the tag team titles, which, we'll talk about them in a little bit. So, again, not the great match, but it's only a pre-show match, so it's fine. This next match quickened the pace a whole heck of a lot, as you had Rich Swann taking on not only Laredo Kid, but Speedball Mike Bailey. Now, Speedball was booked for a singles match against Alex Shelley. I still don't know what happened to Shelley. Maybe he had another booking elsewhere. I am not sure. So, instead, we get this nice, quick-paced X Division style match that I absolutely enjoyed. Lots of diving, lots of big swings and misses, which I always like. Surprisingly, your winner, Rich Swann, which it looks like he's getting a single push after Willie Mack recently did not re-sign with the company. So it looks like he's going solo for a bit, in which maybe he gets back his world title someday. I'd be okay with that. Anyway, now we get to the main card, in which this next match was actually a part of the pre-show. It's Janelle Shaw taking on Madison Rayne, one half of the Knockouts Tag Team Champions. This match was actually a lot better than I thought it would be. Janelle Shaw is still a little bit new to me. I'm still trying to get used to her ring style, which, this was kind of a slow match, although Madison Rayne did have some good offense in there. Overall, winner and Janelle Shaw's, and it looks like she's in this odd tag team with Alicia Edwards, which that's going to be interesting. So, I'll give this a thumbs up. I thought it was decent. And I think it's the right direction for potential challenger Janelle Shaw. Next match, solo match. Another singles bout, as we have Chris Sabin taking on Steve Maclin. Now, Maclin has a bit of a fight in the race for the world title, in which he thought he'd get it here, in which I kind of thought so too, but we'll get to that. So he's going to take his anger out on Chris Sabin. And I tell you, this match, I think, was one of the matches of the night. We'll definitely talk. Maclin quickening the pace more and more I see him, and more and more I like him. A really great counter by Maclin from the Cradle Shock DDT. Or is it just the Cradle Shock? I think it's just the Cradle Shock. But then, your winner, Chris Sabin, going to give this match a big thumbs up. And, yeah, that was a fun one. Hopefully Maclin gets another big win down the line, because I think he could be a world title contender. Like, no joke. Next match for the AAA Reina de Reinas Championship. As champion, Taya Valkyrie defends against former champion Deonna Purrazzo. I think this was better than their Rebellion match, although their Rebellion match was really good. Bit more of a quickened pace again, although Deonna did try to slow it down at times. A lot of good counters between the both of them. And I believe and then Taya does her thing with the finisher. 1, 2, 3, still Reina de Reinas champion, Taya Valkyrie. And I hope she sticks around in Impact for a little while longer. Because I want to see in face-to-face with her and Rosemary. Although they kind of did that this past week. So maybe we'll get more one day. Post-match beatdown by Purrazzo on Valkyrie, which, it looks like they're not quite done with one another, which I'm okay with. Lights go out, which usually means big debut. And it was, as it's the return of Mia Yim. Mia had a little time in Impact right before she signed with WWE. Was she Knockouts champion? I don't think she was Knockouts champion, but she had a really, really good feud with Rosemary. So, I'm glad she's back here. Even if it's just for short term, this definitely helps the Knockouts division. She chases off Purrazzo and embraces Taya, which, good show. I'm into it. Next match, big old high-paced bout for the X Division Championship as Ace Austin defends against former champion Trey Miguel. And I gotta tell you, I had a lot of fun with this. This was classic X Division action. I do believe Trey jumped over Ace Austin in an attempt at the fold, which is Ace Austin's finisher. Ultimately, Austin does hit his finish for the 1, 2, 3. So it does look like we are getting Ace Austin, X Division champion, in the Best of the Super Juniors over in New Japan, which I'm all for. Big thumbs up from me. A lot of fun. Next match, a 10-man tag team match, playa. As we have Honor No More being represented by Eddie Edwards, Kenny King, Vincent, and the OGK, which is Matt Taven and Mike Bennett, as they take on the Bullet Club, being represented by Jay White, Chris Bay, the Good Brothers, Doc Gallows and Carl Anderson, and El Fantasmo. And boy, oh boy, was this a fun old cluster, you know what. Like, everyone had a nice spot, whether that's a dive to the outside. There were plenty of pull-apart brawls, especially right in the start. It was a fun, stable versus stable match, which I'm always here for. There was a spot where Maria Kanellis, who is Mike Bennett's significant other, got up on the ring apron to distract Carl Anderson, and which, if you Google their history, they have some history. Or was it Doc Gallows? I think it was Doc Gallows. I'm not sure. And then Eddie Edwards hits his finisher, the Boston Knee Bar. Although, does he? I think he uses his old ROH finisher, in which I kind of forget what it is. I'm sorry. For a big win for Honor No More, which, honestly, I'm all here for it. Big thumbs up from me. Great low match. This next match for the Knockouts title, it's Tasha Steele defending against Decay's Havoc. Now, Havoc and Decay recently kidnapped, I'm going to use that in air quotes, Savannah Evans, who has been helping Tasha Steele defend her title ever since she won it, which, to me, it's a little boring, so I am glad we finally got this one-on-one encounter. And to see Steele using her speed to overcome the overwhelming power of Havoc, that's great. I love stuff like that. The combination worked really, really well. There was plenty of spots in which Tasha Steele just slid out of Havoc's hands, which is always cool to see. Tasha Steele at some points definitely went for, the big impact moves, the suplexes, etc., only for Havoc to counter. Then Tasha Steele, kind of out of nowhere, hits her finisher. 1, 2, 3. Successful defense on her own. And I'm going to say this, I've been loving the evolution of Tasha Steele's character, from having to rely on others to help her, to now doing stuff herself. So I can guarantee we'll see some more confidence in Miss Steele going forward, which I'm here for. Thumbs up match again. Next up for the Tag Team Championships, as the Briscoe Brothers challenge Violent by Design, being represented, interestingly, by Eric Young and Cody Deaner. So no Joe Doring. Although, before the bell, Violent by Design did jump the Briscoes, including Joe Doring. Bell rings, these teams have great chemistry. It was so good. There was even a counter by, I think it was Cody Deaner, out of the Briscoes finisher. And then Eli breaks out of a J-Driller, which was great. Match ends via Doomsday Device, in which I haven't seen a decent Doomsday Device in a while. So that always gets points from me. Your winners and new World Tag Team Champions, them boys, the Briscoes. I'm going to give this a big old thumbs up, and I'm going to say this is a match you need to go out, find, and watch for yourself. Oh, and finally, we got the big old main event, as Josh Alexander, the walking weapon, defends his World Heavyweight title against New Japan legend Tomohiro Ishii. And boy, oh boy, they threw bombs at each other all night long. Big hits after big hits. Big superplex by Alexander on Ishii, in which I thought Ishii had a broken neck. This was a match that I fell for. That, I can't really properly explain why I like this match, but it was kind of a Haas fight, even though Josh Alexander isn't really a Haas. But they threw every big hit at each other that they could. There was even a counter out of an ankle lock, which was great. Ultimately, Josh Alexander finally gets the C4 spike. 1, 2, 3. Winner and still Impact World Heavyweight Champion, Josh Alexander. Oh, and I forgot a little segment right before this match. Moose comes out basically saying, I'm taking over this show. There isn't going to be a world championship. Up comes the video that's been playing for a little while, hearkening the return of the Draw, Sami Callihan. Now, Callihan has been out for a couple months via injury. I think he injured his arm, maybe his leg. I'm not sure. And yeah, this is a big old return from former world champion. And he's taken on Moose, one of the biggest heels in the company. The biggest heel in the company, maybe. And yeah, I'm ready for that match. I'm ready for Sammy's return. This is great. I'm going to say this, top to bottom, this show was excellent. I am going to say, if you haven't yourself watched it, go give it a look. Alright, that is my review completed. I hope you guys enjoyed. Please like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you thought of this show. And hell, let me know what you thought of Backlash last night. I really want to know. My next video is going to be at some point during this week. Either it's going to be like Thursday or Friday-ish. And it's going to be on Capital Collision, New Japan's next show. So I hope you're looking forward to that. Please please subscribe if you haven't already. And I shall see you all next time. Peace.